And we are live.
Yep.
We are gonna get going right away. So let's just get on to it. Welcome to the very first Valley Boys Game Day show.
Yep. College football, the first real week of it really starts today.
It starts today at about
7.
in about a couple hours.
Yep.
So hopefully it's a good one. It's Florida and Utah, which we will predict, and we will get right to it.
All right.
So with the first game that we got going is East Carolina. They play at Michigan. Michigan is favored by 36.5.
Yep.
I think we both know where we're going with this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Michigan with the win.
I'm gonna take Michigan as well. Number 2 team in the country. They should take care of this with ease.
Yep. Even without Jim Harbaugh and their
And the
offensive
offensive
coordinator.
coordinator should still be completely fine. Next game is tonight's game. It's Florida at Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Utah is favored by 4.5 points, even though they're ranked 14th in the country.
Yep.
Florida is unranked. Who you got?
I got Utah winning the game.
Okay.
I got them winning in a controlled game, 10-point win.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Utah as well. I believe they have Cam Rising coming back.
Yep.
So and Florida lost Anthony Richardson, who was a first round quarterback.
And the thing that I've noticed about Utah is their offense is really, really great, and if their defense can play just good enough, then they'll win the game. And I don't know if Florida's identity at the quarterback position and offense in general is just uncertain right now, so it could be Utah.
All right. Next game we got is Arkansas State. They play at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's favored by 35.5 points.
I think that's another obvious one. I'm gonna have to take Oklahoma on that one.
Yes, I think it's another obvious one.
They just simply have better athletes there
And better talent. They overall just more talented than Arkansas State.
And they got more depth. So I think they just all around better team, and it won't need to come down to anything too controversial or anything close. So give me Oklahoma on that one.
All right, next game we got is Utah State at Iowa. Iowa's favored by 23.5. This is Cade McNamara's first game as a Hawkeye.
I'm going to take Iowa on that one just because their defense has always been really great, and the only thing that's been holding them back from a good team to being a competitive team, I'd say, is their offense. It's been horrible for a long time, and their defense has played so many great games and still lost. But I think that'll change now that they got Cade McNamara and Eric All, former Michigan players. And I think with that being said, I'll take Iowa in a controlled win, closer than people think. But I think the win just because it's going to take a little bit for Cade to get, first game at Iowa, some jitters. But I think second half he'll dominate. So give me Iowa.
Yeah, I'm going to go Iowa too. I think they'll win in dominant fashion, though. I think that Cade McNamara is going to come out with blazing fire just because he wants revenge from losing the job to JJ McCarthy. A lot of controversy behind that. So definitely Iowa taking the win over Utah State.
Yep.
Virginia at Tennessee. Tennessee's favored by 28 points. This is Joe Milton.
Yep.
Joe Milton season.
Yeah. So I got Tennessee winning. Big blowout. Simple. Their offense is just a complete firepower in general. Their defense, it's shaky at times, but, with a Heisman possibility in Joe Milton, from what a lot of people are saying that he can very well go for a Heisman this year. I think, Joe Milton's going to come out guns blazing and he's going to throw several touchdowns and a lot of yards, and I think it won't be a close game at all from start to beginning. So give me Tennessee by 21 plus points.
Now, of course, the line is 28, so I think Tennessee
I still think they get that.
easily will cover it. Virginia's not really known for for football at their school.
Only times ever been really known was
the tragic death of
a
couple of them, but
a couple of the football players. But other than that, though, I mean, it's more of the rival school, Virginia Tech, that's ever had any football success, really.
That's true.
Virginia's more of a basketball school, to say the least.
Yes, Virginia is way more of a basketball school than they are a football school. If this was basketball, this would be a good game.
Oh yeah, great game. Great
But-
game.
But we're talking football terms. It's college football only.
Simply not the case.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite. It's not going to even be a ball game from start to finish. I think Tennessee, Joe Milton, needs to prove something to this year because, of course, he got all this hype in Michigan, the same exact hype,
Yep.
same exact everything. Hopefully, he proves it this time.
Yeah, but I think he'll be good just because he's sat behind Hendon Hooker last year,
Mhm.
and then I think he learned. He's probably good for him to learn behind him, and I think
Hopefully, he's learned his lesson. That's all.
I don't know about learning his lesson, but I think he's just gotten better as a quarterback and just knows more about himself and what he can do. And I think he'll have a good year. So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious Tennessee right there.
Okay, Ohio State. Their first game is at Indiana.
Mhm.
They're favored by 30.5. Who you got?
Yeah, I got Ohio State easily winning the game as well. I'm sorry for it being really boring and pretty obvious. It's just first week matchups. Is the farther we get in, the closer the matchups, and the more we
better
know.
matchups. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I'll take Ohio State by a good amount. But I think they're gonna go under the betting all that. Yeah,
They still have some quarterback questions.
Okay, yeah, that's really what their biggest identity question is because they got returning Marvin Harrison Jr., who's going to make any quarterback look good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just think it's going to be closer because they're at Indiana. But other than that, though, I think Indiana's going to shock people and make it a little closer than people think. But Ohio State in the second half is just going to kill Indiana.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that one. Ohio State for sure should get this done. I don't think it's going to be in dominant fashion, though. I think the quarterback questions are going to be there. They're still competing at quarterback. There was a guy who just got announced a starting job.
Yep.
But it's still a quarterback competition. But it is Indiana, so it's not really the biggest of competition. So
yeah, it's just
hopefully
it's tough playing a great game at Indiana because of their crowd. You see that in a lot of their games. They get like these big programs nervous.
Yes.
And I think they're going to do that today with Ohio State. And Ohio State usually starts their season a little rough. Like last year against Minnesota, it was a close game for a bit, but then Minnesota's running back got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's kind of going to be the same thing, except I think Ohio State at the end is just going to pull away in the second half. So, yep.
Okay. Next game is Tennessee Martin.
Yep.
They take on Georgia, number one team in the country.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tennessee Martin by 50. No, I'm just kidding. Georgia by a lot. Not even close.
There is no line yet. They have not confirmed a line yet.
Probably they don't even need a line to be honest with you.
But
Georgia's easily winning this game. They got the better athletes, better talent, better everything, better coaching. It's simple. It's not even gonna be close. It's gonna be blowout from start to finish. I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia wins by 50. I mean,
yeah,
that's
what they should do. But they do have a new quarterback in Carson Beck. We will see his talents against this Tennessee Martin team.
Yep.
But Georgia should easily win in fashion. They are looking to get a three-peat, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think. 3-peats are tough. 2-peats are tough. And winning back-to-back is tough, let alone going for a 3-peat.
In a 3-peat, they got a new quarterback. There's a lot new for Georgia, but
they lost Jalen Carter in their defense.
Yes.
So they're still trying to figure out who their quarterback. Well, they're going to see who new quarterback.
They're going to see what this guy can do. He's been behind Stetson Bennett for the past, I believe, year or two.
Yeah. So I think that's really just the only exciting thing about this game is that they'll see the new quarterback. Other than that, though, blowout.
It's gonna be a blowout. So I would only watch the first half.
Yep.
Next game we got Nevada at USC. USC is 1-0. They won against, I believe, San Jose State. They are 38.5 favorites.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take USC on this one. They got a possible Heisman candidate in Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
They still got that firepower offense that puts up a ton of points.
Yeah, he looked great in the first game.
Yeah, so I think it's not going to be very close from start to finish as well. Caleb Williams is easily putting up monster stat line, and they're probably going to take him out by halftime. Monster first half, and then take him out second half.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. I think USC easily gets it done over Nevada. they are 1-0 USC,
Mhm.
and Caleb Williams 280 yards, like 4 touchdowns
Yeah.
in the first game. He's going to make these games look easy, and hopefully this gets USC ready for the competition this season.
Yep.
Of the last Pac-12 season, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, moving on. Next game, another interesting one. We got Rice at Texas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Texas on this one. They have the experienced quarterback Quinn Ewers. Not exactly losing a whole lot other than Bijan Robinson, but they won't really need. They wouldn't need Bijan Robinson against Rice anyway. So easy Texas win, not close. I think we're gonna see Arch Manning play today in the second half. After Texas is ahead up by a
This
lot.
is for Saturday. Just saying that.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, basically.
You get-
Basically, yes.
Sorry, I'm just so excited for football to be
Yeah.
back.
This is it, man. Yesterday was pretty much the last day without consistent football. Now it's
Yep.
just NFL,
Rapid fire football.
NCAA, everything.
Excited.
I'm gonna go with Texas though as well. Only way I know of Rice is from NCAA football 14, that game. So yeah, Texas in dominant fashion. Ark Manning's gonna be interesting to see
Yeah, we'll see how he does.
for sure.
Maybe-
Just
Does he
because
live up to the hype?
because people are saying that he would be a 4-star
If he didn't
without
have
the Manning
name.
last name. So there's a lot of controversies. I mean, even with when basketball season comes around, with Bronny James, there's just a couple names that are popping up like this.
Yep.
Hopefully, Ark Manning can start something.
Yep.
New Mexico, not New Mexico State, New Mexico, at Texas A&M. Texas A&M's favored by 38.5 points.
Same thing. Texas A&M has the coaching, athletes, talent, all that, way more depth than New Mexico. So it's simple, easy win. I mean, they're gonna be loading up the bench. They're gonna be, rolling out the bench players, second stringers, and won't be very close. I mean, Jimbo Fisher as their coach. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a great coach, and against a bad team, easy win.
Yeah, Texas A&M, they've gotten a lot of 5 stars over the years, so this is a good game.
Something I
think,
gotta say about that, they definitely paid their players. Something I'm gonna say right now, they definitely paid a good amount of those players, gave them good NIL money. Made them some good money, and now they got a lot of 5-star players and still can't beat Alabama.
Yeah, I think this is a great jump start to their year, though. I think this is a game that you play those 5 stars pretty much the entire game, just to get them going for the season. And Texas A&M is a very young team. In a couple of years, they could be very, very good. But as of right now, they just need to get those young players going.
Yep.
But they'll easily win against New Mexico. And then next game, we got West Virginia at Penn State. This is a primetime game, believe it or not.
I'll have to take Penn State on this one. They got a relatively older team. They still got that great offensive line, and with a coach who I don't really like. I'm kind of stumbling on his name right now.
James
Franklin. Yeah, another dirty team, I think, with paying players with NIL money. But I mean, there's not really much to speak here. Penn State's still got a great team, good defense. They're gonna be a contending team this year. They're definitely gonna make a bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
Good coach in James Franklin, who I don't like, but it's not gonna be close.
Yeah, Penn State is really the only other team outside Michigan and Ohio State that really compete for that Big Ten championship spot.
Yeah.
And
from the Big Ten East, right?
Yeah, from where Michigan and Ohio State are. I just think that Penn State wins in dominant fashion. I mean, this is a primetime game, believe it or not.
Because there's not really many primetime games really, put out.
Because there's only, I think, 2 games that you could argue that'll be great games.
Yeah.
In week 1, and that's it. So, but Penn State with these, they do have a new quarterback, but I just think it's West Virginia, so they should win.
Not
easily.
Trent said something. He said, "Any thoughts on how Notre Dame will perform this upcoming season?" Well, I mean, they had an easy 42-3 win against Army, so Navy, still military school.
It's okay. It's okay to get them mixed up.
You understand what I mean.
Yeah.
But I think they're not going to be as good as they are anticipated to be. I mean, I think they're just overrated, and they played a bad team to start off the year. I'm still not very impressed, but
who's the quarterback again?
I don't know.
I keep forgetting.
I don't know his name, but
he apparently played really good, and is the future of Notre Dame. But
Yeah, the
Notre
thing I
Dame-
gotta say about that is, how can you really tell how good of a quarterback he is when he destroyed Navy?
Yeah, I didn't put them on here just because there was
Yeah.
really good games around when they were playing.
So yeah, I think Notre Dame will be 8-4 bowl game appearance.
Maybe 9-3. I'd give it 9-3 just because
I could see
they're out of
9-3,
conference and they don't really play anybody.
The only team in conference that did
Crazy.
play is Clemson, but that's only one game.
But that's one game out of
So
12, 13. So
but yeah, no, I think they're an overrated team, and I think they'll fumble another one in conference. So I'll say 9-4, 8-4, or 9-3. I don't see anything that impressive with them.
all right, next we have a rivalry game. So this is a good one.
Yep.
This is where we might disagree here. North Carolina plays at South Carolina. North Carolina is favored by 2.5. Drake May, possible Heisman candidate.
Mhm.
Who you got?
At South Carolina winning this game. Hear me out.
Okay.
Spencer Rattler in South Carolina and the Gamecocks. At the end of the year, the last 6 games, they played great. They took off teams like Clemson, and they were playing overall great football. They won a bowl game. It's simple. I think
Life was great.
life was great the last
Life
6
was
games.
great.
They started off rough, but they finished great, and I think they're going to carry on that momentum to this season. And they're going to shut down Drake May, in my opinion. And Spencer Rattler's going to throw a lot of, he's going to have a great game. I'm not even a Spencer Rattler fan. I personally don't really like him that much, but I got to respect it. He's going to have a great game. He's going to, lead them to a controlling 10-win game, 10-plus win game. So I got South Carolina winning.
All right, I'm going to disagree with you here. I think I'm going to go with North Carolina.
Yep.
Drake May, I think he's going to get it done. I think he's going to prove why he's the only quarterback that's going to compete this year for the Heisman.
The only quarterback against Caleb Williams.
Yes.
From what I saw last year, I wasn't very impressed with him, to be honest with you.
But this is his year to prove it, and I think he will prove it in game 1. South Carolina is going to be tough, believe it or not. At South Carolina, it's going to be tough. But if he wants to win the Heisman, this is a game he's got to win. He's got to win the big one.
Here's
So
my
I think
thing.
he's going to get it done.
I don't think North Carolina is a very good team, and from what I saw of him last year, I wasn't very impressed. Simple as that.
Mhm.
I think he's still a very hyped up player, like a good amount of these players are, and
Yep.
I'm not too impressed. They play in a weak conference, and it's simple. Weak conference doesn't play good competition. When they play good competition, he's nowhere to be found. Just give me South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm definitely going. I'm gonna go with North Carolina. Shake some things up here.
Yeah, we gotta switch up something. It'd be kind of
'Cause-
sad if we projected everything the same.
Yeah. Next game, believe it or not, might be interesting.
Yeah.
Clemson at Duke. Clemson's favored by 13.
Mhm.
Who you got?
Give me Clemson. Dabo Swinney, good coach. I respect him a lot, and they're still returning a good amount of players. They were a top 10 team in the country for last year. Yeah, I think it's not going to be that close to a game. I think Duke's overhyped. I don't know why the line's only 13 points, but I think Clemson's going to dominate, early season win. Even though it's supposed to be an in-conference, close game, Clemson's going to dominate flat out from start to finish, and they're going to make Duke look like a JV football team against a college football team. So give me Clemson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Clemson too. This is Cade Klubnik's first year, having the job entirely, which I love for Duke. Which I love for Clemson, and Clemson is just. I think this is their year to get back to the college football playoff. I think they need to make it back to the college football playoff.
Here's my thing again. They don't have exactly a tough road to get there.
That's true.
And eventually, a team like Ohio State, Michigan, or Alabama is going to fall. So, just think about it. Alabama and Georgia play each other. Michigan, Ohio State play each other.
Mhm.
So eventually, 2 teams have got to fall in there. Clemson plays nobody other than usually Notre Dame, but other than that, free ride there.
Yep.
Never play any good teams, and that's why they always made it with Trevor Lawrence as their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. So it's going to be the same old thing. They're going to easy cakewalk, and I think they're going to fumble a game somewhere down the road. I couldn't tell you where exactly, but I think they're going to fumble it, and they still have a chance to make the playoffs just because of how bad their conference is.
Yeah, that's why I like Clemson. Just because, mean, they just I don't know, but they're usually a well-rounded team with Dabo Sweeney, and
Yeah, I mean,
I think
Dabo Sweeney is a
I think
very well-respected coach.
and he usually takes advantage when he can. So this is a year, Alabama has some questions at QB and stuff, and so does Ohio State.
So does Georgia.
Georgia even has some. So I think this is a year that Clemson definitely takes advantage. Maybe slides in at 4 seed. I don't know, but we'll see when the time comes. But Clemson with an easy win. Oregon State against San Jose State. Oregon State's favored by 16.5. What do you got?
Yeah, I got Oregon State, but I think the game's gonna be close because San Jose State. They already played, if I'm not mistaken, against USC.
Yes.
My thing is they're gonna be more game ready, like game sharp, if that makes sense. They've already played a game.
Yep.
They already kind of know their identity, so it'll be a close game. But I think Oregon State's talent compared to San Jose State's talent is going to take over, and I think it'll be a close game. But give me Oregon State.
Yeah, Oregon State's done a couple things over the years. They're kind of similar to Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
Like,
there's kind of little brother of Oregon.
Yeah, they're like overshadowed by the main one, like Oklahoma and Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Oregon State they're gonna try to make a name for themselves.
Yep.
Game 1 against San Jose State, who's already game ready, like you said. So I think Oregon State's gonna take the dub there, and then the final one, the only rank versus rank matchup. LSU at Florida State. LSU's favored by 2.5. What you got?
This is tough here.
This is very tough. This is the only tough game.
Off camera,
of
I
the
was really
week.
thinking about it, and I was going back and forth. LSU and Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Where's this game at?
This game's at Florida State.
I mean, I think you're going to go with LSU, so I'm going to go against your decision to make it interesting and give me Florida State at home. Crowd's going to be crazy. They have a talented team.
Very hype, yeah.
Very talented team. They just got to put it all together.
And Jordan Travis
Yep.
at quarterback.
So
very, very good.
I think if Florida State can put it together and they can just get some momentum early, they can flat out destroy LSU. But I think it'll be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
But I give me Florida State.
Yeah, I'm hoping this game is very good just because of how week 1 usually is.
Yeah.
This game better be good
Mm-hmm.
because it's the only pretty much game that's rank versus rank.
Yep.
Like that's going to be going at it. And Florida State, they're again in that weak conference of the ACC.
Yeah.
So hopefully maybe they have the easy path to the college football playoff. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I think LSU gets it done.
Yeah,
Yeah, you kind of predicted me there. Jaden Daniels, I think this is the year LSU is going to really compete for the SEC. Now, of course, last year people were saying, what if LSU knocks off Georgia? Then what happens?
And then that was put to sleep immediately.
Yes, immediately.
Not close.
I wasn't even thinking that.
Like I wanted LSU to upset Georgia because I thought it'd be cool, but deep down I knew that was not going to happen.
That was not going to happen.
Georgia was such a way better, well-rounded team.
Well, also it would have been the advantage of Michigan because
Yeah.
Michigan would have jumped up to most likely the 1 seed.
Yep.
The 1 seed. So, I mean, I didn't see that happening, but this year I think it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, honestly,
it's more possible than last year.
Yeah, not too much really hot takes other than a few. But,
Yep.
I think week 1 and week 2 are usually just getting back into the swing of football. And then by week 3 or by the time that all the non-conference games are done, I think college football gets interesting and anything can happen. Anything's unpredictable. So I'm excited to see what happens. And, excited to, have the first show of essentially our version of College Gameday. So, yeah.
Yeah, so, of course, the shows will be more interesting, kind of rushing this a bit. But this is how it's going to work. So me and Jack are going to have overall records for the entire season.
Yep.
We're going to be bringing on multiple special guests, so you will see many special guests throughout the season.
Yep.
They will predict with us. They'll have 15 games. We'll have a record for them each week that we have them on, and then once we have all those records by the end of the season, it'll be the bowl games and the championship and stuff like that.
Those will be fun to predict.
Yes, we're gonna have probably a championship stream and maybe a semifinal stream. We don't know which one we'll bring them on for yet, but it's gonna be one of those. So just stay tuned. And I hope you all enjoyed the
Honestly,
first.
hear me out. We could have it like the March Madness, like we did, where we streamed the semifinal games, so they're back to back.
Yeah.
And then it's tough though because it's on New Year's, so most people aren't usually available. But
That's true.
I mean, I can speak personally. I won't be doing anything for New Year's, and I know usually you don't, because we usually play some kind of video game.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
yeah, last few years, I remember Michigan lost to TCU. We hopped on the game. We're both pretty depressed after Michigan lost, but
Yeah, just played Fortnite till about midnight. So
yeah, it's pretty sad. But
yeah, it was pretty sad.
I think we could possibly replicate something like March Madness again and stream the championship game. But still
yeah, and
testing
of course, the championship game would be. I think it'd be very cool with a special guest on.
Yeah, the thing that'd be tough is we'd have school the next day, but we're seniors, so.
Well, I guess.
Isn't it usually on a Monday?
Yeah, it's usually on Monday, and then Tuesday, next day, everybody's talking about it. But
we're going into our senior year, so.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so I'm
And
excited.
it's like right off a break, or maybe it'll work in our favor.
It might be on break, yeah.
Might be on break. You never know.
Yeah, so.
So
that's kind of our plan / rundown.
Yeah, we'll keep track of the overall records. We'll update you every single week.
Yep.
And that is it for the first ever Valley Boys Game Day show.
All right.
And we are signing off.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.